What's up, YouTube? Chevy Brother checking back in with you guys. And yeah, F-Bomb is back. I just made this short video because last night I went ahead and reassembled F-Bomb here. I'll go ahead and crack the hood and show you guys what's going on with F-Bomb here. This is the OG body here. This is the body that I ran at the Run DMV. I know I said in my previous video that this body's pretty beat up and pretty cracked. As you can well see, it's got some holes in it from where I, put my LED. I had some LED lights in here, front and back. I got electrical tape on the body to help control the flexing at high speeds. The holes back here for the spoiler, I covered those up too with electrical tape there. It worked pretty good, like I said. And this, when I had it set up with this body, with different motor, of course, my 1415 funny car motor, I did 63 miles an hour. So, the setup wasn't too bad. But yeah, let me go ahead and crack the hood here and show you what I got going on. Alright, we're on the inside of F-Bomb here. On the front here, these are the Atomic RC shocks here. I got these off of eBay. I paid 16 bucks for those. They are adjustable. They have an adjustable collar here where you can adjust the preload and all that good stuff. The shock tower here, that's an RPM shock tower. That was brand new. I just had that laying around in my parts bin. Excuse the movement of the camera here. I'm trying to get it set here. Here we go. But yeah, I had that in my parts bin there, and I never used it, so I just had it around and I put it on here because what I originally did when I was running the Run DMV, I had this shock tower on there. This is the Atomic RC one. But the problem I was having is the screws kept coming loose and this thing was, wiggling back and forth like that. So I just went ahead and took it off, put the RPM in there. As far as the bulkhead here, this is an aluminum bulkhead. This is from Atomic RC. I've had this for a little while, so I forgot how much I paid for it. It wasn't much. I think it was like $7, $8, something like that. What you're looking at here is the RPM front bumper. It's been on here for a while. This thing's pretty stout. I mean, I've hit some stuff with this thing, and it's still in one piece. It hasn't broken yet. Moving on to the front end here, I got RPM A-arms on both sides here. I have the Traxxas caster blocks in here. RPM axle carriers, stock axles, roller bearings. These wheels you're looking at here are the Traxxas Anacondas for the Bandit. I have those on both sides. I have VXL camber links in here. As far as this ESC, well, yeah, this frame's a little beat up and dirty. I still have to clean it and all that good stuff. But as far as this ESC, this is a ZTX. I forgot the name of this thing. It's a ZTX. It's an 80 amp ESC. It's a ZTX Easy Run, I believe it's called. But it's an 80 amp ESC. I picked that up maybe about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. That's the one I used to run the Run DMV with my 1415 funny car motor. This ESC propelled my car to 63 miles an hour, but the problem I was having, it wasn't adjustable, so that's why I went ahead, when I was building the Slash 4x4, I went ahead and just retired this one and bought a new one because I have a program card with that. Alright, moving on to the back of the car here. This is the RPM shock tower in the rear. The shocks here, these are off of my Telluride I had. These are actually the front shocks. The front shocks are springs off the Telluride. Now the reason why I went with these is because they have an aluminum cap here. That's aluminum, it's not plastic. The body of this is aluminum too. Plus I believe the shafts in here are titanium also. I have those on both sides. Moving on to the rear here. These are the aluminum axle carriers from Traxxas. Those are on the back here. I have RPM A-arms in the back here. Here, let's get a shot of the back. Yeah. So I have RPM A-arms in the back, RPM A-arms, VXL camber links, stock axles. The gearbox is a RPM gearbox. The internals in that are bone stock. There's no modified diffs or anything in that. Everything's bone stock. The only thing I did was I put automotive chassis grease in a diff to give me like a limited slip type of thing. The motor here is a Dynamite Hobbies 3300 kV motor. I mean, like I said, I had that motor in Freight Train, and I did 48 miles an hour on a 7-cell NIM battery. So that's not too bad. So I'm going to go see what I can do with this motor, see how fast I can get this car to go. I really don't want to push this motor too hard because it is a 2-pole motor. So it's not 4-pole, it's 2-pole. If you guys hold on a second, we'll go ahead and spin the car around. Let you see the other side of the car here. All right, now getting down to the transmission. The gear ratio in here, this is an Energy Spur gear. It is 48 pitch. The gear ratio is 86-33. Yeah, that's right, 86-33. I'm just using that gear ratio because, like I said, most of these parts I had in-house. I wasn't really trying to spend any money. I built this car low buck, low dollar, all recycled parts that I've had before that I had laying around in my parts bin. So that's why I just went ahead and went with everything you see here. I didn't really buy anything. All this is old stuff I had from different projects or trucks I stripped. Took all those parts. Boom, this is what you see. Now, as far as wheels, these are the XO1 wheels. I got these wheels from my last donation from Mr. Dave Chappelle. Mr. Dave Chappelle, if you're out there listening, thank you for the donation, my brother. Like I said, I put those wheels to good use. Now, as far as hub adapters, now, let me touch on that. These are the Traxxas hub adapters, and I know in some of my previous videos, I was preaching about the Traxxas hub adapters. Now, what I was talking about is this center nut right here. Okay, that center nut comes out, it gets loose. So every time you run your car, I would recommend, even if you have blue Loctite on this nut here, I would still go through and tighten this before every run, because if not, the wheel will fly off from the torque of the motor. Trust me, it's happened to me. It's not fun. These are actually the front hub adapters that go on the Rustler. All I did was I took them and put them on the back. The reason why I did that, if you look at the hub adapter like this, the one that's supposed to go on the rear, they're slightly longer, like right here. I put both of the front ones on the back because I didn't want my wheels to stick out like superly far, because they extend the wheels out past the body even more when you go with the longer hub adapter. So, and plus two, I lost one of the rear ones, so I just took the fronts that I had on here and flopped them to the back. So it moved the wheels a little bit closer to the body so they don't stick out as far. You know, I test fired the car yesterday, you know, using my other computer. I test fired this just to make sure everything ran, nothing fell apart, nothing blew up. It ran pretty good. I had it running for about a good 5-10 minutes. The motor didn't get, you know, too hot. It just got a little warm. But again, that was under no load, so we still had to, you know, get the rest of the truck assembled, put it on the street, do a couple test hits, and see what we get from there. I still have the top plate. That's the stock one. You know, I still got to get a couple more pieces to put the steering back together. I still need a steering servo. I do have the steering links. Again, I just got to go buy the steering servo, put that in. I have another remote that's like this one. It's the TQ, but this is for my Slash. This is the Trax Teton receiver here. I mean, it works pretty fine if you're building a basher, and you know, as far as the reception, if you're not looking to go like a quarter mile down the street, it works okay. But if you're building a speed run car, you know, like you've seen in one of my videos from last year, that's the receiver I was using at the Run DMV, and the reception on that wasn't the greatest, so that's what caused my car to go into the sewer. But again, if you're building a basher and you're on a budget, that setup from the Trax Teton is pretty good. I only paid $30 for that, and the reason why I say use that one is because when you use the stock Rustler XO5 one, the antenna on there is like super long. I mean, it sticks out of your car. Your antenna is about like that high. If you use the one from the Trax Teton, the antenna on it is about that long, right? So what you can do is you can stuff the antenna in the box here, and your antenna is not sticking out of your body. So if you roll on your top, you're not going to rip your antenna off. It works just fine. And I think that's about all I have done to the Rustler so far. So that's it for now. Rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and as always, keep RC and keep wrenching. Peace.